I'm Super Enthused, and today I'm at the Cape Florida Light in Bagg State Park in Key Biscayne, South Florida. Constructed in 1825, the Cape Florida Light is South Florida's oldest lighthouse and oldest standing structure. I'm doing a virtual collaboration with my good friend Tampa J today, so make sure when you're finished watching this video, you head on over to Tampa J's video, where he's going to show you the oldest lighthouse in the Tampa Bay area. To double dose Florida lighthouse history today. I'm so happy to be able to do this collaboration and share Florida history with you from two different perspectives. South Florida and Central Florida. I'll put the link to Tampa J's video in the description below and in the pinned comment. Tour starts here, 10 a.m. and I'm just in time. There it is, the beautiful Cape Florida Lighthouse. You can hear the crickets chirping, and I'm gonna do a tour of this beautiful historic lighthouse right on the bay. You're gonna wanna make sure you're tall enough to go up in the lighthouse. Let's see, am I tall enough? I think I'm good. What's your name?
Daphne.
Daphne, awesome, thank you. My name's Jackie.
I'm Jackie.
So I read that this is South Florida's oldest standing structure.
That's correct. 1825 to 1878 is when it was in operation.
Wow.
They stopped using it in 1878 for the fact that all the mariners were still having a hard time with the reef system here. It was sort of the northern point of it. Since that was going on, they just said, forget it, let's go ahead and build one right on the reef itself. So that's where Flowery Rock came in. So if you want to have a look, I can show you.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Flowery Rock kind of looks like an Eiffel Tower straight out.
Oh, I see it.
Yep. So
wow.
That's the one that took over for Cape Florida Lighthouse in 1878. So Cape Florida went from 1825 to 1878. And that's when that one took over. And John Fro, the last keeper, we had 7 different keeper families that lived here to maintain the Cape Florida Lighthouse. He decided to go out and live there because it was, you know, that one needed to be taken care of.
Oh, so you can live out there?
Yeah, not anymore, but we got away from the mosquitoes, and mariners would come by, give him food and stuff like that, and, you know, made it a little easier in a sense where he had no mosquitoes to really worry about then.
Yeah.
And the mariners were a lot safer.
So another thing I read was that the first keeper came here, him and his wife, and they kind of they got more than they expected, right?
They did. It was all swamp area. Bagg's Cape Florida State Park is 506 acres. So this area, when back then, actually, it was all swampy for here. They had a hard time with the lifestyle they bring in that was getting killed off by the mosquitoes. They were going off the fishing. It was more in their means.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know, back then they were saying lobster was just a trash food. And nowadays, you got lobsters like
luxury.
Yeah. So,
wow.
But the island itself is a berry island, so it always changes. You know, it's supposed to change shape. We actually lost a lot of vegetation from Hurricane Irma. And in front of the cottage, if you go over there, you're gonna see there's a little window that used to have 15 feet of vegetation that wasn't there. You can see out. Now you get a whole clear shot. Bad thing of that now is the next storm that comes through. That storm surge has a direct hit at the cottage now.
So the vegetation protects.
Yeah, it helped. It helped. It definitely helped protect a little bit of the structure itself. And in general, it helps save the land. Because Fowey's on the reef system itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna go up there.
All right, well, enjoy
Thank you.
I'll be here when you get back.
Okay.
You got 109 steps to the top, and you'll be at 95 feet.
So we just go?
Maybe.
Okay. All right, guys. We're going up. We're going up. We're gonna be careful. I'm so excited. So these are narrow steps. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around and show you the ascent. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Here's the first window. I've kind of got this space to myself right now. There are a lot of people here, more and more, slowly trailing in. Okay, second window, second view. As you climb higher, you get more and more spectacular views. We're gonna keep moving. Whew, it's getting hot in here. It's getting a little warm. I'm not breathing heavy, you're breathing heavy. Oh, wow. Okay, let's keep going. Oh boy. I did it. I need some air.
What's your shirt say?
Tennessee, Knoxville. Awesome! I went there during Hurricane Irma. I had such an amazing time.
That's a cute shirt.
Thank you. Okay, guys. This is a tiny little ledge. We can do this. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Oh, wow. Look at that. amazing. Look at how I'm shaking. I hope you don't feel the camera shaking. Look at the view of Miami. Wow. People swimming, enjoying the beach. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. All right, we're gonna go all the way around. Get a full 360 view. Wow, now that breeze is nice. Look at the views you can get from up here. It's unbelievable. I mean, you don't get views like this of Miami easily unless you're in a fancy condo. Look at this. Oh no, it's a tight space. But the air, wow, the sea air feels amazing up here and the views are spectacular. We found a manatee. A kind soul pointed him out to me. Look at how cute he is. And no one knows he's there. All those people over there swimming and swimming. Oh yeah, they're not allowed. There's a barrier. Good thing. Let the little manatee chill. We're gonna go around. The manatee seems to have moved along. The water is so clear. It's one of those days, it's completely crystal clear. If you come out here on a beautiful Saturday or Sunday where the sky is blue with cotton candy clouds and crystal clear water, you need to get here early. They will close the park for a while until a certain amount of cars leave if it gets to capacity. You want to keep that in mind when you're visiting. And there's the keeper's house. When there are enough park staff, we would have been allowed to go inside the house. Today there is not, so we can't go inside. But we can go look around the outside and you can see the loss of vegetation, as the park ranger mentioned, that happened during the hurricane. And that vegetation would protect the house from hurricane winds. So hopefully it has a chance to grow back before the next hurricane hits. Let's all just hope. And especially considering how hot and claustrophobic it is in here, it's nice out there. All right, and there's one more level you can get up. Look at how beautiful this is. I don't know. It's terrifying. You can't really get much further than this, but I did it. There's the actual light. Wow. Okay, let's go back down. All right, we have a photographer here and he's doing it. That's about as far as I got up to. Yeah, you can't see anything, and it's real hot and claustrophobic up there. I've had my time out on the balcony. There are other people waiting. It's time for me to go back down those narrow, hot stairs. Let's do this, guys. Real careful, like, guys. Real careful. This last little bit of stairwell is real tight, so be careful. See what I'm doing? I'm doing the one step. I'm not even doing double steps. Woo, boy. It's gonna feel good to get some fresh air again, because it is hot in here. Oh boy. Okay, we did it. We did it. And here is where we are, Cape Florida, Fowley Rocks, and the Florida Reef, and we have the beach cam up there. But we're gonna see it live and in person again. Oh boy. Woo! And we were just up there, and that was our view. So now let's go look at the keeper's house. The Cape Florida Lighthouse was built to alert ships as they sailed near the dangerous reefs of the Florida Keys. Constructed in December 1825, the lighthouse and its keepers suffered from harsh weather, an 1836 Seminole attack, and Confederate sabotage during the Civil War. Deactivated in 1878, the lighthouse endured years of neglect before the state of Florida purchased this site in 1966. The lantern now was full of flame, and the lamps and gases were bursting and flying in all directions. This is in second order Fresnel light in 1853. Now, unfortunately, we cannot go inside today, but if you're lucky, there are days when you can go inside. And one thing I can do, I can sit in this rocking chair. Oh, it's one of those that goes back further than you expect. And look at the view that you can see from the rocking chair. Check that out, huh? Not too shabby. Escaping to freedom in the Bahamas. In the early 1820s, enslaved Africans, runaways, and quote-unquote black Seminoles, seeking freedom from slave catchers and plantation masters, secretly worked their way down to Cape Florida. They met with bold captains of sloops from the British Bahamas who offered transportation across the Gulf Stream. In 1821, as reported by eyewitnesses, some 300 freedom seekers bartered for passage aboard 27 sloops, or chose to sail Indian dugout canoes 107 nautical miles to secluded Andros Island. The construction of the Cape Florida Lighthouse by the federal government in 1825 effectively blocked the escape route. Wow. Bahamian descendants, some of whom still call themselves Black Seminoles, live in the Red Bay settlement on Andros. Cuba, Haiti, and other islands in the Caribbean region were additional destinations along the Florida Underground Railroad. Bill Bagg's Cape Florida State Park takes its name from a visionary Miami newspaper editor and civil rights activist from the 1960s. National Underground Railroad Network to Freedom. It just adds to the amazing and rich history of this place. What do we have here? The cistern. The cistern is a replica of the brick cistern built for the lighthouse keeper's cottage in 1856. It was used to store rainwater because fresh water was scarce on the island, so it's one of those water everywhere but not a drop to drink situations. And the water drained from the roof gutter into the cistern, and buckets of water were filled as needed for drinking, cooking, bathing, washing, and chores. So here we have the timeline of Key Biscayne. Oh, this is also another spot on the National Register of Historic Places, designated in 1971. Circa AD 1000, Tequesta Indians built fishing villages on island. 1513, Ponce de Leon names Key Biscayne Santa Maria. And the Underground Railroad history, it's just amazing. Key Biscayne is part of pretty much every significant piece of South Florida history. Now let's walk around a little more. Oh, how I wish we could go inside, but you know what? We're going to explore the outside. We're not going to let that stop us. There's so much more history I'm picking up just by being here and reading the plaques that I did not pick up in my research beforehand, I'll admit. The Lighthouse Keeper's Cottage. So the original brick dwelling was completed in July 1825. It was a 2-story cottage with 2 rooms on each floor. The lower floor was dirt, and the upper floor had 1 small window on each end. The kitchen was attached to the back, and the first lighthouse keeper, John Du Bois, wrote of constantly making improvements with his son's help. And that first lighthouse keeper had a rough go of it. Mosquitoes, the lack of supplies, no neighbors nearby, no help, constant improvements having to be made, the dirt floor, and then the Second Seminole War and the attack. Not an easy life, not an easy end to it either. So by the 1920s, shoreline erosion had washed the cottage away, and when Bill Bagg's, the state recreation area, opened in 1967, they built a replica of the keeper's quarters. And this is the cottage we see today, a replica. And here is a replica of the outhouse. Very quaint and pretty to look at now that we have the luxury of modern facilities to use. I don't think we need to look inside, right? We get the picture. Well, not that we even can look inside. Nope, it's locked. I tried to look inside anyway. It was locked. This is a beautiful park for riding your bike, taking a stroll, going out to the beach. You can swim in the water. I did not bring a bathing suit today, so I won't be swimming, but I have swam here many times, and I will many more times. The Spanish explorers and missionaries referred to the native people in the area around Biscayne Bay as Biscaños. Though this name for them is documented in a 1675 mission report letter from the Bishop Calderon of Cuba, and though several tales offer explanations, the true origin of the name which graces Biscayne Bay and Key Biscayne remains a mystery. I love a good mystery. In 1513, Juan Ponce de Leon sailed from Puerto Rico searching for cities of gold. He landed on this island because of its distinctive location and the fresh water and firewood in the area. The island became a prominent landmark for the earliest navigators in American waters. During a 20-year British rule, which began in 1763, British royal surveyors charted the waters. Florida was returned to Spain in the 1783 Treaty of Paris. Spain then ceded Florida to the United States in 1821, and the territorial status was granted later that same year, 1821. Florida became a state in 1845. To make our way out a little bit onto the beach before we move along and meet up with Steve and Buddy to see something really cool. Well, looky what we got here. Look at this. If it isn't, oh my goodness. Hello, sir. Hello. It's Mr. Buddy. How are you, huh? Why don't you tell me a little bit about him?
Well, he's 8 years old.
He's 8 years old. What a
Rescued him at 1.
Oh, wow.
That's since he probably rescued me.
Aww.
Great with children, great with other dogs, great with people, and just laid back.
He brings so much joy. Look at him. He's so laid back. And what is the story of this amazing vehicle?
Built in 95, Ford kit car with a 350 Chevy engine in it.
Everybody's saying hi. This is like being on a parade float, you know? And he's plopped right on me. All the cars want to stop because everyone wants to say hi to him. Everyone wants to say hi. He's got his paw over the edge. Now he's happy. He's a big happy boy. He's a good boy. We are definitely the coolest people on the island right now. Dog. Coolest dog on the island. It's a beautiful day. And what a cool experience to actually get to go inside the lighthouse and go up those steps. It was so cool, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And I hope you enjoyed meeting Buddy, the awesome, wonderful dog who brings so much joy to people's lives. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to stick around for Tampa Jay's video and get your double dose of Florida lighthouse history. I mean, what could be more representative of Florida history than lighthouses? Thank you guys again. I'll see you next time with another adventure. And remember, stay enthused. Bye.